Okay, so my game corrupted. My save corrupted, rather. The power went out for like a second, and basically what happened is my save is basically no longer recoverable. And whenever I try to load it, it crashes immediately. So I did remove Secronom because I noticed that Secronom spawns in a lot of like spider zombies, which are very unbalanced. It's like a dog essentially, except it's way quicker. I think instead of dexterity, I'm going to go with strength. The 14. If we're gonna play a melee character, I'm just gonna go with high strength. So we're gonna change our character just a little bit. I'm not gonna bother with tough this time. Fleet-footed still. Fleet-footed is basically a hard requirement for melee, I feel like. Pain resistance would be a very good trait. Like, fast reflexes allows us to dodge faster or more often, so I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with 3 dodge, 3 melee, and 1 fabrication tagged. I think this character should be a little bit better. We'll check the map. Oh wow, this is a tall building. That's crazy. So let me think about where I'm gonna go, because this is going to be a more populated area than the first start. Just because we're in a pretty large city right here. Actually, there's a fungal tower there, so probably not. I'll probably go south. Toggle off safe mode. These zombies here, right? There are. I still can't get through here. Let's see if I can break a mailbox. Okay, let's wield this plank here. Let's see if we can break down this door with a plank. Okay, nice. Strength in this game is really good. I should probably just stick with strength only on melee characters from now on. See if there's anything good in here. Let's close these doors. Let's tear down a sheet. And we're gonna craft our first item. So just press Shift 7 to open the crafting menu. Let's press Tab over to armor. Like a makeshift sling. Makeshift sling is just 1 blanket or a sheet or an electric blanket. So use the sheet. Wear sling. Also wear this like clothes. We're gonna get cold. There's a sewing book here, 2 of them. Might be useful later. Right now, I feel like what we should be doing is trying to find weapons. I think what I'll do is I'll loot this top apartment complex, because there aren't that many zombies up here, I don't think. But I could really use right now is a knife. Cargo pants. What do we have on right now? Cargo pants. A flashlight is pretty useful. I guess we'll just continue looting this. There is a zombie over here. Let's lure him over here. We're going to use this this cupboard as a basically way to slow the zombie down. So we might be able to get an extra hit in. Nice. I can already tell that this extra strength is very good. So if you're gonna play as a melee character, I recommend probably going with high strength. There is a refillable lighter here, which is nice. Smartphone is almost dead. What I'm trying to do right now is craft something. Okay, we beat another zombie. Yeah, there's another one here. Yeah, we're pretty tough, so... High strength is really, really good. We're gonna play as a melee character. Let's see, did we get a knife yet? I just need a knife. Something to chop something. Razor blade. Not really sure if I can make a knife from that. Let's see, let's open our crafting menu. Let's go to, tools. Let's look for, like, a knife. We can make a primitive knife. But we're gonna need some string. Or a rock. Hammer. So we might need some rocks if we want to do that. There's a leather jacket here. I'm not sure if that's... So, 6 bash. 6 cut. What about the sweatshirt? Okay, let's wear the leather jacket. That's gonna be a little bit better. Just need to find a knife. We'll probably find one in one of these kitchens. Another flashlight. Let's unload the heavy-duty flashlight. Character's a little bit tired from breaking down the door. Sewing kit is pretty useful. I'm gonna press the button above the enter key. So shift backslash, and we're gonna wait, catch our breath. Stamina isn't so low. No knife. Please just give me a knife. Not sure why this is has an exclamation point. Is that because it's irradiated? So somebody owns those items. So there's a person here, I guess. Somebody says, freeze you fucking goop you. I'm gonna say... I'm not gonna hurt you. Okay, let's chat. This is our first NPC. What are you doing here? Do you have any jobs? No. Trade? Let's see, what does he have? He doesn't have really anything. So we could try to persuade him to join us, but it's currently at 0%. Yeah, I guess this guy owns all this stuff. I was very confused why the exclamation point is there. I didn't know NPCs could spawn in apartment towers like this. It's funny because I broke down his door. Come on, just give me a knife. I'm gonna wear this long sleeve shirt. Tried to drop the towel. There we go. Got an extra encumbrance. Let's see if we can lure the zombies over to this NPC. I don't feel like... Oh god. Dude has like a SMG. I'll let him deal with that. There's another one. Problem is, he's just made a lot of noise, probably, with that. Is there another NPC here? Yeah, there is. Okay, there's a mechanics book here, that's good. I can't find a knife. I already have the sewing book. I'm gonna press R to read. I'm going to select all the books that I have, just so I know that I have them. Don't have that book yet. Zombie here. Take that lighter. Okay, this is this first floor cleared. Go down. Another zombie here. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to check encumbrance. It's pretty high. I'm gonna drop my backpack. Currently my encumbrance is only 8. Gotta catch my breath again. No more zombies in this apartment. I'm gonna grab my backpack again. So you'll notice it drops all my items. I'm just gonna select the bag and that's it. And it should automatically select all the items inside of it. Then you just hit where and it should pick it up. All the items. Yeah, there's a multi-tool. There should be a knife on this multi-tool. There is, okay. Finally. Okay, I'm gonna break this fridge. Grab the scrap metal. I'm gonna grab these planks. Well, and what we're gonna do is go to the light so we can craft. Let's go over to weapon tab. You can see we can make a 2x sword. So we're gonna make this. We just need planks and a cutting tool, and we can make a 2x sword. And then with the 2x sword, we can make a crude sword, but we need a hammer. We already have 2 fabrication because we started with 2 fabrication. So what we need is a hammer. I'm gonna drop these books here. We could get a hammer from finding a chunk of steel. So there's one chunk of steel right here. So if you break a fridge, you should be able to find a chunk of steel. Also, there might be a rubber hose. Yeah, there is a rubber hose here. Let's grab that too because we could use it to siphon gasoline. Let's craft that crude sword, which requires scrap metal, 1 2x sword, and a hammering tool. And this 2x sword, or this crude sword, has a pretty good DPS of 19. 13 DPS against agile. Doesn't take too long to make. Let's wield the crude sword. I'm going to move this, air table over here so we can craft faster. I have a sword now, which is nice. How much encumbrance? 14. I'm gonna ditch the items I'm not using. I don't think I have shoes on yet, do I? I don't. I need to find shoes. There's not that many clothing items in these apartment buildings. I'm going to wield the plank here. Start breaking more doors down. Try to find a pair of shoes. Okay, there's 2 zombies in here. Drop our plank and wield our crude sword. Okay, we took 1 hit there, but that's okay. I'm gonna wait for a second. Stamina back. Sewing kit, we'll unload that since we already have one. Duct tape, we'll take that. Aspirin is useful. The loot table for apartment buildings is kind of weird. More duct tape. Even more duct tape. Even more duct tape. I don't know why there's so much duct tape. Finally, I found a knife. Too late for that, though. We found a multi-tool already. Atom pot. So this is an atomic cooking utensil. It has boiling quality, which is really good. I'm taking that actually. Because we can boil water with that. And I remember finding a gallon jug somewhere over here. There was one over there. Okay, there's a gallon jug in here. Let's walk up to this toilet. There's water in the tank of the toilet, but it's not purified. Let's pour it into a container. Pour it into the gallon jug. We're gonna open the crafting menu. Let's go to food. Clean water. So in order to clean water, we just have to craft it. And I'm gonna batch craft this instead of crafting it individually. So we'll press B. We'll craft 15 clean water. This is fine. We're gonna craft all of it anyway, so pour it into a container, pour it into the gallon jug we just had. So now we have a gallon jug of water that's clean. And we can basically just do that whenever we need water now, which is nice. That's a lucky find, finding an atom pot like that. You can also boil water by just getting planks and using basically a stove like this one right here, or an oven rather. Using an oven as like a fireplace, and basically turning basically boiling water in a pot, you know, conventionally with a fire. So that's another way you can craft clean water. Fabrication skill to 5. Take that. More duct tape. There's so much duct tape in this apartment tower. Not really sure what the deal is with that. Okay, antiseptic is nice. Probably shouldn't steal in front of this guy because he has a firearm, so... Okay. So far, I have not found shoes. We could probably just, you know, off a zombie and get shoes that way. I mean, of course, these zombies don't have shoes. Gonna make a note on the map. Did not mean to toggle that. On the map, if you just press N, you can make a note. Page up and page down is the allows you to go up and down. Okay, there's a tough zombie, did not mean to do that. Pull our curd sword, drop our sling. Grab this table, push it in front of the door. Okay, well he just walked around that, so... Come on, why are there no shoes in this entire apartment building? There's even more duct tape. There's a pair of heels here, but they have 50 encumbrance. So we will barely be able to walk. Let's see, maybe I should just go all the way down. Drop sling and fight a few zombies here. If I find a pair of shoes of a zombie, I'm just gonna clean them and wear them. Pair of dress shoes, but they're completely destroyed. Pair of boots, but they're destroyed. This game does not want me to find shoes. Yeah, there's a zombie cop here. Cash card. Pair of combat boots. They're dirty. Okay, there's a lot of zombies here. There's a lot of them. Here, let's... We might be able to fight. Stamina's fine for now. I'm gonna go back upstairs. Zombie cop here, let's kill this zombie cop. See the cash card. Oh wait, I'm gonna catch my breath. Go back down. I'm trying to take them one at a time. It's not always easy to do that. Where did I drop my items at? I'm gonna haul these items over here with the backslash key. Maybe I'll find shoes one day. I found a double-barreled pipe shotgun though. Got one shell in it. I'll grab my bag and loot a little bit. Cash card. Food. Coding is very useful. Don't really need a cooking book. Our inventory is currently full. Drop our bag again here. There are a lot of zombies. Okay. Even more than I thought there were. Oh my gosh, why? This is crazy. I'm afraid of going outside because there's gonna be a lot more outside, I think, than there are in here. And we're in the darkness right now, so they can't really see us. Okay, all these are locked. I'm gonna fight. Having, what, 14 strength? I have 15 strength currently. Having high strength is so useful if you're gonna be fighting melee. I think zombies deal less damage the more they're injured as well, so... The more damage you do, the more you'll be able to survive. less damage you'll take. I'm in mild pain right now. Like I'm gonna go upstairs. Not really sure where I had my items all at. I think up here? Yeah, they're up here. Drop some items, read that book. Let's eat some of that, codeine. We're in pain. See if we can get rid of this swimmer zombie. Pulping all these corpses just by smashing them. There are just a lot of zombies here for whatever reason. I mean, we're technically inside of a town. Still no shoes yet, so let's find some shoes. I could probably find some shoes on those zombies that we got rid of, but rather, I don't feel like having to wash the clothing. Okay, this increases fabrication skill, that's nice. Same with this. That. They're all fabrication books. I just don't... So many zombies here. I don't understand. Strength is really carrying us right now. Also, since I'm no longer... I no longer have the tough trait. I feel like the tough trait is kind of overrated, because when you choose strength skill, it increases your HP as well, so... And it increases your melee damage, so you're better off just going with strength stats. The hammer is good because we can pry open doors sometimes with it, and we can also open crates. Movement cost of 2. Drop our sling really quickly. We could fight a little bit better. Pull up these zombies. Grab our sling again. Wear it. One smartphone here. So far, this is a pretty good start. I mean, we've had to fight a lot of zombies, but it's pretty easy to do that when we have high strength. But my goal right now is just to get some items, get some books. The bandages are useful. Not very much clothing. Screwdrivers, useful. Pair of steel-toed boots. Poor fit. That's fine. I'm fine with that. There's some detergent here, which is useful. Let's activate that first aid kit. So we can get the contents from it. So this has some pretty useful medical items we can pick up. Take the antiseptic, the aspirin, bandages, gauze. Also first aid booklet. Let's read that. Because I'm technically a slow healer, so it's gonna be nice to have a little bit of first aid skill early on. You'll notice our focus skill is at 115, 116. That's really high. So we'll be able to read faster. Okay, our first aid skill is now level 1. Let's make a washboard with 1 plank. Also make a washing kit. We need a rag to do that, so let's go and go find like a rag or a sponge or something. Tear down these curtains, and let's press B to butcher. Let's cut up one of these sheets. So we got 9 rags for 1 sheet. Drop these rags. Let's make our washing kits with 1 washboard and 1 rag. So let's activate that washing kit. And we need water, so you need just soap and normal water to wash things. So now we can wear this. Steel-toed boots. Finally, we have shoes. On our feet. This apartment tower isn't going to have tools that are going to be useful to us. Let's look around this city. This hardware store right here would be nice. There's going to be a lot of zombies in our way. So the hardware store closer, I think over here. There's a library that way, so we'll probably make our way there, and an antique store. So many zombies. Let's drop our bag. And our crude sword's already at half health points. I'm going to run over to this car and run inside of it. And then we're going to use the car as sort of a way to slow down the zombies before they get to us. Curious, is this car... Nope, this car doesn't have any wheels. You can see how powerful it is just by going inside of a car and using a car as a sort of a funnel for the zombies. I think I forgot to read that book for cutting skill. Probably would have been a little bit nice to have, but our cutting skill is already level 2 now. So it's not really needed anymore. There's a rail guide. Let's press A to activate that. Drop it. So now our map should have some trails mapped out for us. Those. I saw there's a Glock. Yeah, there it is. Take that. Hopeless zombie 2. Let's get back in the car and close the doors. Took a hit there, but that's fine. Syringe of adrenaline. I'm not sure if I've ever used one of those before. Get a drink of this lemonade, why not? Catch our breath here in this car. Okay, now we have a Glock. Full metal jacket and a little bit of jacketed hollow points. Press V to look around, and let's sort this menu by pressing S. We have some tools here, screwdriver. That's all my items that I have. For that bag. Okay, there's even more zombies here. I'm gonna drop my bag again. My sword is getting low in condition, so we're gonna have to repair that at some point. We're gonna use the back of this flatbed truck to funnel zombies again. Try to mitigate as much damage as possible. There's another trail guide, but we really don't need to read that. Anything good here? Smartphone. Okay. So let's examine this flatbed truck by pressing E on it. And using the arrow keys to move around. It's got a broken wheel right here. You can see how it says XX on the wheel. That means it's totally destroyed. This wheel works. This one works. You can see in the bottom left-hand corner, it says wheels enough. That means there's enough wheels for it to drive. But status is currently dented. It's got a broken security system, which is good, because we can get in it and start it, but it's currently out of gasoline. Does it have a working engine? It does not. The engine's toast and the car battery's completely broken. Okay, I did not expect to find a SWAT zombie inside of here. Let's run away. Okay, there's an M1014 shotgun here with some birdshot, dragon's breath shells, SWAT armor, which is actually pretty good of armor. For a melee character, it's pretty nice. Grab that SWAT armor. Kinda heavy. We have to store this in our inventory and carry this. We're gonna have to clean this off, and it's probably gonna require a lot of water. So this shotgun is pretty good, but we already have a gun, so we'll just keep it as a backup. Yeah, we're gonna need a lot of water. I figured as much. 104 water is kind of insane. Like that's a lot of water to clean that. I think our best bet will probably just be to like find a pool of water. I think what I'm gonna do is drop the SWAT armor for now and the washing kit urgent. And what I'm gonna do is probably make another crude sword. Just in case my sword breaks. Then I'm going to probably make a path to that pond so I have access to water without having to do all this nonsense of getting water from like bathtubs and toilets and whatnot. Does this vehicle work? I think this vehicle works. I mean, let's check the engine quality. Yeah, I think this thing runs. Get rid of the zombie. I mean, it'd be nice having a mobile base. That's what I rather prefer to have, but if it's not armored, it's not gonna last very long. Let's run over to this car. There's a gun here. Painkillers. Diesel pickup truck. Doesn't have wheels. I can drive this. So to drive a car, you basically walk up to it, to the controls. The controls are here. You can see the security system's destroyed, so... and then you basically press Shift 6 to take control of a vehicle. And then you can drive it. So you basically use like the arrow or the numpad to increase and decrease speed. So like 8 would be increased speed on the vehicle. You can see in the top right hand corner miles per hour indicator. That's basically the speed that you want to go. So I'll go to 4 miles per hour right now, and you press 5 to pass a turn, and then 4 and 6 to turn the vehicle, so... We have a vehicle now, which is nice. There's actually a lot of storage space in here, I'm surprised. I'm gonna remember vehicle position, so it sets that on the map. I might start storing my items in here, maybe, I'm not sure. For now, I'm just gonna ditch items on the ground out here, I think. I really don't feel like using guns right now, because guns are loud. Actually, this enemy might be a, good example of why I probably should use guns. Let's drop our sword, wield our Glock. Let's do precise aim. And then let's do careful aim. Yeah, we're in mild pain. Let's use regular aim now. That is a shocker zombie. They are very annoying. If you don't deal with them quickly, they will basically run you down and shock you from a distance. We just made a lot of noise, which is not good. Drop our bag. We're in mild pain, so we should probably take a aspirin. Take a few of them. Okay, pistols are not that loud. They make some noise. What is this? Atomic compact car. That's like a tiny car. Solar car right there. What is up with the shocker zombies, man? I really think shocker zombies need like a balance change or something. I'm basically using like, so when zombies are far away, I use precise aim. When they're kind of medium range, I use careful aim or regular aim, depending on the scenario. And when they're right next to you, you basically just use the current aim value. In order to aim a gun, you just press F. Fire. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. ETR 603. I mean, it doesn't have any ammo, so let's see. Go to this vehicle and just fight some of these zombies. Store. What's our weapon condition? Still holding up a little bit. Okay. I'll wait here a little bit. Let's eat a codeine. Just gotta wait for a little bit. Let's eat another codeine. Yeah, see, I'm getting hit way more now that I'm in pain, and I'm also slower. I think I do less damage. That's the thing about being in pain in this game, it's like the worst possible thing that could happen. See, now I'm taking way more damage, so... There is a gun here, may as well grab it. Yeah, they broke through that window. I'm finding guns now. I think I might actually use the Desert Eagle. I got more ammo for it than the block. Yeah, our crude sword is basically toast. Let's drop that and build a new one. Okay, we're in mild pain right now. There are so many zombies. It's just crazy how many zombies there are in this area. So yeah, so much for going that way. Zombie soldier up there, and there is an armored vehicle. I really do want to find an armored vehicle to use as a mobile base. That would be the most useful. The Humvee. There is a zombie soldier right here. I'm going to get inside of here. Yeah, this zombie has a ton of health and armor. I'm gonna just shoot it. There we go. We got another gun from that. MBR vest, which is pretty nice. Gas mask. Holster. Let's unload that radio for the battery. Clean water in here. Okay, this MBR vest will have pretty good protection values. So this is a Kevlar one, I think. Yeah, material Kevlar. It's currently empty, so it doesn't have any plates in it. But it has pretty good resistance, even without plates. So I need to probably wash that.